You're listening to the GemMint podcast by GFNF. Your weekly breakdown of sports cards, hobby news, and everything in between. Here's your hosts, Jake and Nico.
Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of GemMint by GFNF, presented by Collector Caps, our new sponsor. But we'll touch on that a little bit later. Episode 14, I'm not going to forget this time. It is April 21st. We are recording a day late because I was sick. So that's on me. I still kind of sound a little... I still kind of sound a little nasally.
Yeah, you're not too bad though. You're way worse yesterday.
Yeah, I was pretty bad. I was in rough shape. I don't know. I thought it was allergies, but I think I was actually sick because then my wife got sick, and then
gotta stop licking doorknobs.
And then then I was getting blamed for getting her sick because it was her birthday this week too. Mm-hmm. It was a mess, but yeah. let's hop into it. Pretty, I guess, slowish week. At least on like the drop and retail front of things. Fanatics though, they're going pretty heavy with these raffles. I mean, the last week alone, we've had to have had 4 of them, I think, at this point. 4 or 5.
Yeah, 4. I think we had the non-exclusive Mosaic Blasters, the exclusive Blasters, the exclusive Megas, and the WWE Prism, right?
And Donruss basketball megas.
Oh yeah, so we had 5.
And I think that was it. I'm pretty sure that was it. But yeah, so I think the WWE Prism is the latest one. Wins have still yet to go out. I don't think. Usually it's the next day. Yeah, right. They start rolling them out. People start getting charges. I actually saw a tweet. I felt bad for the guy, but he posted a screenshot of someone that had like 30 emails from Mosaic and then a little screenshot from Fanatics website about the raffle beating the bots. And he's like, this is ridiculous. Like, obviously it's not working. No. And there was just a bunch of people who I know bot replying like, we got to stop this. Like, just, the usual banter on Twitter. Yeah, right. What are your thoughts on like the raffle system? Do you think this is something they're going to continue to do? Do you think they're just trying it out, or do you think they're maybe trying to, weed out the addresses they don't want to ship to?
I think it's something they're going to continue. Unfortunately, I wish they would stop, but I think it's something that they can't really hear about it from people saying it's not fair. They can also control, especially when they take over product production of everything. It's a perfect way to control supply and demand. I mean, they can release as many or as little as they want, and no one will know the difference.
Yeah, I mean, typically they don't release a lot, or, if it's not an exclusive, there's usually, I guess, a little bit more stock than usual. But if it is an exclusive, they're usually, a little bit of stock. But as you said, like, they're taking over the whole kit and caboodle, so they're going to have all the stock. But
Wild.
You got bots out there like Koi that they quickly added a Fanatics raffle, and this thing gens accounts. Like, you could go and run as many accounts as you want, and it just keeps creating them. It's just gonna get like over. I mean, they're gonna have to get really good at filtering out bot entries, which I don't know, maybe a little bit easier to do, or just make it more difficult to sign up for accounts.
Maybe they won't. Maybe they won't stick with it if they notice that they're getting, usually get 50 to 100,000 entries, and all of a sudden they have 3 million. Maybe they know.
I mean, to me, the answer is like so obvious for all this stuff. It's like, and we'll talk about this with Target too. Mm-hmm. I feel like the answer is so obvious to not beat the bots, but at least make it more difficult. Like text verification. It just. Getting phone numbers or text validating is just such a pain in the ass. Like, I know the sneaker kids do with Yeezy Supply every now and then. Best Buy had it, I think, for a point. It's just such a pain to do that, like, if they required a phone number to validate an account, I feel like that would severely slow down or alleviate, the influx of raffle entries they're getting. probably from bots. I mean, I'm sure people are still entering, without bots with their 1-2 accounts. And who knows?
They have to cut the time down too, though. 24 an open
Yeah.
24 hours, people are going to figure some stuff out.
I mean, they also might just be trusting accounts too. It might be like a target thing. Like, if you have a little bit more of a trust score, you have a better chance of winning, which doesn't make it fair at all. But I don't know. Maybe it's almost like a loyalty program, kind of like Kith does. You get early access to stuff, which would entice you to use one or fewer accounts if you were botting, to try to kind of age those. But I did hint a little bit about Target. So I think we talked last week about how Target was canceling a bunch of orders late for WWE. And basically it ended up, I guess, what people believe to be kind of like a zip code ban, kind of like what Topps does, where they kind of payment, rate limit you. Topps doesn't let you put the order through, whereas Target essentially puts like not a hold, but it puts it in review, your order. And, on their end, they're validating that, all right, this zip code didn't have X amount of orders in this amount of time. Or if there was, you're getting late cancels, getting flagged as a reseller. And, if you bought Target, you kind of know that's like almost a death sentence. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get back that account. Right. Which, you're going through some of that pain right now.
I sure am.
Yeah, but I mean, we were talking the other night, and we were testing some stuff out, and noticed that you could change the shipping address on the order. Well, lo and behold, that apparently is the way around this, or supposedly the way around this. We'll see. I mean, again, until Target doesn't allow you to have an alternate pickup person pick up a PlayStation 5, well, I think that they're actually taking this stuff serious. Because again, pointing out the obvious, like, that is the most obvious fix to stop botting PS5s. Because they're so strict with names. You try to, be unique with accounts. Maybe it doesn't stop it completely, but it makes it more of a pain in the ass to try to do that. So, I don't know. It just, the writing's on the wall. Like, I don't know who the hell. I mean, you always fool around that it's like an intern that's like loading stock and stuff. Like,
yeah.
who's making these anti-bot decisions? They're probably paid like 6 figures and for no reason at all. It just doesn't make any sense.
And they don't work.
Yeah, they don't work. And then, I mean, the bots adapt like, rather quickly. I mean, just like look at Walmart. Like, they pay, I can only imagine how much for Perimeter X to stop bots, and like Haya just chews right through PX like it's nothing, which has to frustrate them because they're paying all this money for this third-party service that's supposed to be like top of the line, like cutting edge, and then you got dudes that like are working from home, just coding this up in their house, defeating these state-of-the-art companies, which is that's pretty cool. It's just like a constant challenge. It's probably fun to work in. It's always changing. You kind of always have to stay on your toes. It could definitely be frustrating too because if you can't beat it, someone else probably is, which is a little bit stressful. But we did have a Walmart drop though this week too. Wasn't really very big.
Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah, it was pretty small. Like pretty much the same stuff. Mosaic Football, Megas, Fortnite, which seems to be slowing down. I think that stuff's starting to dry up.
It'll go back up for sure.
Yeah, I like the Fortnite as a purchase or a hold. I mean, they're I think like $45. And some of the cards are serious numbers. I actually wanted to look up. So I know the Chase like character is character Midas. I couldn't tell you why. Midas is the Chase. But I know there was a PSA 10, I believe, already out there.
Ooh.
Let me see. Yeah, there's a couple. 5,000 or best offer. So to be able to pull almost a $5,000 card out of a $40 box, that usually is like a recipe for the box to go up.
Yeah.
And there's other characters in there too. The Skull Trooper, there's one on bidding with 3 days left. It's at $400. These things are gonna go up. Might scoop a couple, honestly, just to put. I have some Series 1 stuff. The Megas are usually the good buy. Might just grab a case and put it in the closet with the rest of the stuff. But
Do you play the game ever?
I actually did download it again because they got rid of the building. It's fun. Like if you like shooters like that.
What? I've never played it.
There's like, okay, so like the building was the whole like thing that got a lot of people like myself out of it, and got a lot of people like 13, 14-year-olds like Darwin into the game. Because they have like insane reaction times.
Good old Darwin.
Yeah. And so they added a mode that there's no building. So it's pretty much just like actual like shooter game. But it's pretty fun. There's still like people that are like insanely better than me at it. But it was fun to like kind of download and play again, like without having to worry about some 14-year-old like building a box around me. And I don't even know. There's just like
it just trapping you.
Yeah. There's videos out there that it's like you get so damn frustrated because these kids are so damn good at the game.
That's funny. We ought to play one now. I'll download it or something like that.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. We'll have to do Counter-Strike with Vince.
Vince is terrible at that game.
Yeah, I saw him streaming the other day. I had to hop in for a little bit, but we give Vince a hard time. But I think the Fortnite market, it's weird because like you get this like series drop and like that's it. Like there's really, I mean, unless there's like other stuff going on in the game, there's really like no other. It's not Prism and then Optic Fortnite to kind of like keep the hype up.
Right.
So you're kind of relying on this like one drop and then basically the hype of the game to kind of carry it. Which I would say like has slowed down a little bit. Really haven't seen like as much as a couple years ago. But it's still massive. So, but we'll keep an eye on that. And then we had a Panini drop today. I unfortunately missed it. But it looks like you guys killed it if you want to touch on that.
Yeah, so Panini released the WWE White Sparkle packs. It was 3 cards to a pack. Max you could do was 5 per cart. Started at 1,000, which is pretty astounding, and I think scared a lot of people off or caused some people to not pay quite as close attention to this. We had a call made in the group to buy in around the floor. And we made a decision while we were there to kind of go after it right before the floor. So it got all the way down to 281, which would be one step below the floor. And a lot of our members, a lot of us were able to grab some packs at that price, which I think is a pretty good buy. Obviously, the debut edition, right? So
yep.
The White Sparkle packs are obviously considerably shorter printed than, any of the retail or even hobby for that matter. So, yeah, I think it's a good buy.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed I missed it. I did want to grab a little 5-piece, but I was stuck in a meeting. I think
I got greedy. I bought 2 at 281. I said I'm going to buy the other 3 because I think possibly could hit the floor, but then she gone.
I think that was a good price though. Like,
yeah.
Typically, too, the thing I like about White Sparkle is like, especially because we have seen that the quality on like the actual Prism product again is like kind of subpar where like nines are in play. They should sell well, but White Sparkle typically the quality is a lot better. It grades a lot better. So just in general, I mean, the only thing that kills it is that it's not numbered, even though like it's short printed. There's just like this weird fascination with like numbering within the hobby that like I guess hurts it a little bit, but I'm going to be looking for singles. Anyone that I think, because like even right now the Prism singles, like there was so much hype when WWE came out. Everyone, people bought in their boxes like, oh my god, like these boxes were $1,500. I got a case, like I was like, oh damn, like this is crazy. I had no plans to sell it anyway, but yep. There's been serious pullback, which this happens every damn time. And like, this is where you separate, like, you know, the men from the boys. Like, who's going to paper hand and who's going to hold out. Because, seriously, like, when's the last debut Prism product that kind of, like, sank? I can't even think. Like, and
you saw how UFC did.
Well, UFC pulled back and then mooned.
Right.
You know, people could say it's because of Chimaev, but still, I mean, it was at, you could get boxes for $800, and now you can't. I don't think you can get a box for like less than $2,400, and that's regular hobby. First, I don't think they did. I don't even know if they did first off the line. First off the line, WWE, I believe, is still holding pretty strong. But yeah, there's like some. I saw some deals people were getting, just on Twitter, that were buying singles, and there's just, you could seriously load up on some good stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just checking the eBay sales.
There's only been one white sparkle sale for 540.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was paid for or not. I didn't verify. I didn't go to.
Yeah, it looks like for first off the line, the last box sale was a couple days ago. Went for $2,100. So those are, yeah, those are sitting above 2,000. Wish I got more. Case of that would be pretty good. But yeah, I think the white sparkles will do well. Did they ever release a checklist? Did they say it was just off the base checklist, or?
Yeah, they didn't say that, but you have to assume that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, I was more curious what the autos were.
Yeah, there's no auto checklist yet, but all the autos are 1-on-1s, obviously.
Yeah, I guess we'll just have to find out when people open them.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I will not be.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. It's I know a lot of people. We have a member that does this too. They like to throw those into breaks, which is pretty cool. Yeah. But they're always fun to watch rip, because people either get super excited, or people are just like absolutely defeated from ripping like a $300-$400 pack with 3 cards in it and getting nothing. But
that hurts a little bit, but
yeah,
part of the game, man. Part of the game.
In store, I think the big thing this week was Barnes & Noble. They got Contenders mega boxes, and UFC, I think, were the two big things that they got in. Honestly, like, have you looked at any of the sales on Contenders mega boxes yet, or no?
No, but I have to assume it's going to partially follow the way of Donruss megas.
Right now, like, people are selling them for $100. I saw someone sell it for like $80. I was like, what the hell are you doing? Yeah, $100 about on eBay. These things last year's are just astronomically high. There's no reason these things shouldn't be $150 by the time the supply drops up. This is definitely one that I'm not selling quick. Maybe a couple, but this is it's gonna dry up, and then we got Prism in probably a month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah, 4 or 6 months.
Like that. Yeah, 4 or 5, 6. So there's plenty of time for these to grow. And like I said, like, people do not have high hopes for this next class coming in. So people might look to this product and last year's to buy and rip. I
mean, 2021's in a good spot because there are good rookies in it, but it's still not quite what 2020 was, and 2020 is starting to become unobtainable price-wise for a lot of people. So, yeah, I think 2021 will do very well.
Yeah, so check out your Barnes & Noble for sure. I think they're only $45. And if you don't have a Barnes & Noble card, make sure you get one, because you get 20% off your first purchase, and then like 10% off everything else. I'll never forget, I hit back before they like had the stuff behind the counter. Yeah. I hit 2020 Topps Chrome Baseball there. Ooh. And like I bought it was like $1,000 worth. It was like 30 blasters, like 45 cello packs. It was insane. I ripped it. Yeah, I ripped everything. I shouldn't have, but Uh,
Topps Chrome's going to be a little bit more expensive this year, I think.
yeah, probably just a little bit,
Both
but
retail and resale.
yeah. Um, yeah, but maybe you can go into your local Wawa if you live in the Northeast or I guess East in general. Um,
Wawa.
because Topps is now selling baseball cards at Wawa. So
Yeah.
I was in. Well, you don't have those out there, right?
No, they
That
so
sucks.
Topps did this as part of a multi gas station and Mart deal that they did do. What they're doing here is at the Walmart gas stations, which are Murphy's. You're starting to see cards pop up at the Murphy's by us.
I mean, it's pretty
Yeah.
cool. It doesn't look like anything serious, but probably just trying to spread baseball cards all over. Um, yeah, I haven't seen them yet at my stores, but it looked like it was just like Series One fat packs. I don't know if they're just kind of testing it out and then gonna expand from there. But yeah, it seems like they're putting them everywhere. Also, Royal Caribbean cruise ships are selling sports cards. Is that just
It's a
their like a move by them?
I I don't know. It's a little bit scary.
What do you like? They have like a store, I guess, on
Yeah.
the ship.
So on Facebook, I saw two different posts about it. People posting pictures from the cruise, and they ended up being two dudes on the same cruise. Didn't even know they were on the same cruise, but that yeah, they had a whole. It was like where they would go to where you would go to get an extra toothbrush, like a little mini mart in the thing, and they had a whole wall glassed in, a sliding glass case, and they had everything other than the newest mosaic I didn't see in there, but they had the Donruss mega
Was it
boxes. They
just
had
retail or was it like hobby too?
no, it was all retail.
That's
It was all
insane.
retail. Fat packs, blasters, and hangers mainly, and
Yeah,
a couple mega boxes and some like Donruss basketballs.
that's.
That's
I
a funny
mean,
thing.
yeah. Get a couple drinks
These
in
are
you and then
high,
go rip a mega.
yeah, ripping packs on the high seas.
Yeah. And then also one other one. I don't think we mentioned it last week is Lids, the hat shop.
Yeah.
They
Yep. Owned by Fanatics.
yeah. So they are now selling. They even have hobby. So F1 is the big one. They've had flagship. I know they've had Chrome Light. I don't know if they had Chrome Hobby. And they had blasters. So
Crazy.
yeah, they put a post out with which stores you could get them at. But yeah, pretty nuts. So Fanatics, it seems like each week we talk about them, like their valuation goes up a couple billion.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, do you want to touch on that a little bit?
Yeah. So they just we talked about it last week. They did another round of seed funding where they had the NFL invest and the MLB Players Association and multiple different sports organizations. So now there's rumors swirling about them taking it public and doing an IPO, which would shoot them up even more and make them a conglomerate. So I don't know if that's good for the hobby or bad for the hobby, but either way, it looks like it's trending in that direction. So we're gonna find out.
So how's their deal gonna fall apart, and then who's gonna buy them like it happened with Tops?
Jordan
Amazon.
Belfort, Wolf of Wall Street. That's
Amazon.
how he gets back in the game.
No, Amazon's gonna swoop in and be like, you know what? We're just gonna buy Fanatics. That's all.
Bezos. Well, no, maybe Jack Dorsey or any of the Twitter people. If the Twitter loses their company, they'll move over to Fanatics.
Elon, Mr. Musk is gonna roll in.
That'd be cool.
Larry P. Maybe.
Larry P is definitely a card guy.
Yeah. So we are in tax season.
Yeah.
For me, I've noticed kind of a lull right now in buying. I honestly haven't seen too much moving. I don't know if maybe I'm selling on the wrong place. I don't know. What's your experience been like, or where do you see this kind of next couple
I've
of weeks going?
I've seen the in-person stuff explode and the online stuff kind of scale back a little bit. So
Are
card
people just
shows,
like not wanting to take goods and
yeah,
services?
I think yeah, maybe. I mean, people made less last year and stuff. A lot of people were laid off with the pandemic and all that. But I don't know. Usually tax season. So how it typically works, obviously you know this, but before the boom and before this new thing, how it would work is there was a typical lull in the early to mid winter. And then as you got closer to spring training for baseball and stuff, the hobby would pick back up and start to charge a little bit. I still think we're going to see that and currently seeing that. I think obviously this hobby is growing every day. I think as we charge closer to the national, we're 97 days away from the national. That's our next thing. 97 days away from the national, tax season starting. I think you're going to people buy and trying to find deals and stuff for that national. So I think that, I don't know. I think maybe the online stuff is kind of, I don't want to say flatline, but kind of plateaued temporarily. But
Yeah.
I've been to a couple card shows in the last couple months, and they've been swamped. I mean, buying, selling, crazy. So
Yeah, I would say so. I typically sell like three places. I'll sell on Twitter, eBay, and My Slabs. I would say My Slabs and Twitter have been a little slow, and I guess they've always kind of been, unless you're like giving shit away.
right,
eBay, there's still eyes on stuff, still get offers here and there, but um, yeah, I've definitely noticed a little bit of a slow. I guess I've mostly been trying to move some F1 stuff, um,
yeah,
and the like 2 weeks between races doesn't help. So we're coming back up into a little more consistency
hmm
with the race schedule. So I think things will start to pick up there.
yeah.
Um,
You're also talking Formula One being a semi-minute market compared to what we're talking about. The cards we're dealing with
yeah,
and the stuff we're trying to sell is definitely a little bit higher end and a lot. You know, we
yeah,
basically. I think you're right. I think as we get closer to a more normalized and consistent race schedule, that stuff will just pick right back up.
yeah. It definitely is a little bit more niche market, but um, there's still plenty of people buying. Um, 97 days until the national, or is it 96? Is it 97?
Uh, no, it's 97. I
97.
think.
Uh, can't wait. It's gonna be pretty
Uh,
sick.
so much fun.
Yeah. I mean, how are you preparing? Are you saving up some money? What are you doing? You just
No, baby, I'm a fly by the seat of my pants kind of guy.
just
I'll,
going?
yeah, I don't know. I usually like at last year's national. I didn't do a whole lot of selling. I was doing some buying and some networking and stuff like that. I sell so much to you know in the consistency of what we're doing on a day to day basis that it's hard for me to keep too much inventory other than some stuff that I'm really holding on to long term. So I think the national is great for people that aren't necessarily in bigger markets like you and I are to move stuff and you see every other person's walking around with a Pelican case full of slabs and wheeling and dealing, which is cool. I'm more in the buy mode and network mode. So cash flow wise, yeah, we'll just play it by ear. We'll bring tons of cash and maybe some credit cards, although that's probably not super smart because it's in Atlantic City. So,
Definitely not.
but yeah, definitely try to find us out there. Anyone that's listening, come find us. We'll have some fun. Walk around the national, maybe play some craps at the casino. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know what to expect or how I'm gonna kind of go in. I, honestly, like I always just am buying and selling pretty frequently that I don't even know what the hell I'm gonna have uh,
Yeah, right.
in 97 days. Which is I guess part of the fun, but I try not to
Your
get.
whole inventory could turn over by then. You have no, you know what I mean?
I
Like
know.
if we're going through stuff at the rate we normally do, you may not have a single card you have right now.
Yeah, and you gotta. I mean, I always try to remind myself of this too. Like, you can always buy something back, and you have to kind of play into
Mhm.
these waves of the highs and lows. It's obviously you want to sell on the high and buy on the low, just
Right.
like with anything. But
Like
um,
I'm definitely not holding back a sale, just so I can sell it in front of more people at the national. So I'm
yeah,
gonna move if it's moving.
yeah, I could care less, but um, not care less about what you're doing. Care less about people being
It's
there.
hurtful and I felt it.
Yeah, that's good. It was meant to sting.
Good thing.
um, yeah, it should be interesting. People love to flex and love to flash their shit.
hmm
So I
Which is
expect,
fine.
it's fine. Expect a lot of that. Um, but
So it's the people that do that are the same kids that are building boxes around you in Fortnite.
yeah, exactly. Yep. Jesus Christ, that one stung.
Yeah, got you.
Yeah, you got me back. Jackie Robinson. So a gold statue of Jackie Robinson sold for $50,000, and then they're like, "Oh, we got to digitize this." Um,
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
Candy went and partnered with the Jackie Robinson Foundation on a new NFT collection. Do you know a little bit more about this? Like, is it?
No, they just announced it. It's brand new. It's going to be
Yeah,
based off the statue, which is basically from the chest up. It's like
yeah.
basically like the Hall of Fame statue tops.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and obviously, it's the what is it? The 75th year anniversary this year from when Jackie broke the color barrier in baseball. So that's why they're doing it to match up with that anniversary.
Oh,
So
it looks like oh, they did an auction for it, or for the first one at least, a few days ago. I don't know. It doesn't say what it sold for.
no, they're doing a specific one of one though of the.
I think this. No,
gold
I think
standard.
this is it. I think this is it. You get the obviously you get the NFT, and then you also get 2 tickets to the opening reception of the museum on July 26th. Isn't that the national?
July 27th. Yeah. Oh no, July 26th is yeah.
Why the hell do they do
Yeah,
it on the same day as the national?
I don't know. Same release date as Top Scroll.
Oh, that's
too.
Tuesday. We're never gonna forget that. Everything's happening on the release day of Top Scrum, and there's also 0% chance that date sticks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it'll be
like,
closer to November probably.
no chance. Beckett, they have officially reopened their standard grading at $30 a card, with an expected 4 to 5 month turnaround. I will not be using them.
Nope.
There's just
Although I
yeah.
will say this, I've submitted one card. I think I told you to Beckett in my life, and it was a clubhouse collection auto relic of some Cubs for a personal collection out of Heritage, and the thicker cards look nice in there, but you're just throwing away money at that point. I mean, let's just call it what it is. I know there's 1,000 grading companies out there, but if you're sending in a high end card, you're not. First of all, 4 to 5 month turnaround is terrible. At $30, you might as well. What's our $50 PSA running at right now? A month?
Yeah, and that's for that's for 20 card order too.
Yeah, right. That's wild.
Yeah, there's just literally no reason to honestly to send there unless your card. You obviously got to like look at the price difference between a BGS 9.5, a PSA 9, and PSA 10. If the price makes sense, then obviously send it. But I don't know. If you're looking for quick flips and stuff, I don't even waste my time. 4 to 5 months. That's they're gonna get overwhelmed again somehow. It's gonna take way longer.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. And then we have HGA, everyone's favorite grading company. The world's goddamn thickest plastic. They're such a bitch to crack. They announced a change in leadership, and they have like a 5 to 7 week transition period, so they have halted grading. And they sold to Armstrong International, which
not involved in the card industry at all. They make
I was gonna ask, do they own anything else? Like,
they make heavy machinery, steel parts, and they're in a bunch
good.
of different industries. But here's the thing, and you know me, I'm big anti HGA. Have been from the start. Told everyone that they're going to be out of business in 2 years. I still stand behind that. Their owner, who always rubbed me the wrong way and put a bad taste in my mouth from the beginning. First of all, he laugh reacted on Facebook at the company's announcement of this deal, so which made people think maybe this was not necessarily all his decision. But he would get in arguments with people. Anyone that criticized HGA, because they started out. I don't know if you remember their marketing campaign when they first started, but it was 30 days means 30 days, and 10 days means 10 days, and it was plastered all over the website, and it took them about a month and a half to fall behind. I just kudos for people. We have some people in the industry we know that are involved in some newer grading companies, and that's great. Like creating competition is super healthy and super good for the hobby, I believe. But this company, I mean, I think it's solely driven on the goofiness and kind of boutiqueness of the labels.
Yeah. I know a couple people that got into arguments with this guy on social media.
Yeah, who does that?
So,
you should the owner of the company?
Yeah, he's probably serious with that whole laugh reaction shit.
Sure he is.
But yeah, shout out to him for cashing out. I don't even know how much he got in the deal, but again, I won't be using them. They're great to crack, honestly. Like
9.5s for sure.
Yeah, yeah, they're actually like pretty decent to crack in regards to kind of crossovers. Um, but they're painful to physically crack,
So
but
the most useful part of HGA in the hobby is
it's like
their
CSG.
slab ending up in the trash.
Yeah, it's Ronnie. You know what he uses CSG slabs for? To ship.
Yeah.
He literally saves the plastic and puts them around PSA slabs so people's shit don't get cracked.
That's
So
smart.
after he cracks it, he saves it.
Yeah.
But
Smart.
yeah, yeah. Let's switch over to sports a little bit here. I saw you post a picture of this earlier
Yeah,
in
it's cool.
Discord. Field of Dreams. They're getting their movie site's getting an $80 million makeover and
Mhm.
turn into a youth sports complex. So 9 fields, indoor complex, team dorms, boutique hotel. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's sweet. Not to be confused with where they did the Yankee White Sox
Yeah.
Field of Dreams game. This is the actual movie site is getting this makeover, which go look it up online. The plans and schematics for it look really cool. It's definitely something that'd be worth visiting. Out in where did they film that? Iowa?
I actually don't know. That sounds like an Iowa thing. So
Yeah, yeah, I think it is.
isn't
But
me like doesn't 80 million seem like a little low? I feel like they do these like
yeah,
upgrade like 9 fields, an indoor complex, team dorms, and a hotel. That
the
seems
the
like a
hotel.
150-200 million dollar thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, especially on that picture, that the hotel and the team dorms do not look small to me.
No, yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe it'll be super bougie, but
Do they say
80
how
million.
like how long it's supposed to take?
No, I didn't read how much they said they're scheduled to open at end of 2023, beginning of 2024. So,
Gotcha.
but you never know. I mean, it could take longer than that. I think it's definitely going to be worth a visit though. That movie's great and
Yeah,
real cool that they're building around. This will be a lot of fun for kids to play there.
yeah, that's sweet. Yeah, watch the movie and then go play there. That'd be pretty damn cool.
Yeah, definitely.
We are a week away from the NFL draft. Definitely seems like a weird draft. Like I just feel like that. I don't know. Maybe I haven't been like paying attention that well, but like, really hasn't been too much hype or like build up
Yeah,
to
it's
this one.
wide receiver and lineman heavy.
Yeah, shout out
Really
to the lineman.
light on the QB, which is what means light on the hobby.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, there's like what 1 or 2 projected in like the top 10, and 2 is kind
uh,
of like, eh.
top 10 player. No, I think as the last I looked, I think they're not even projecting a QB to go in the first round.
No, there's Pickett and Malik Willis. It looks like I'm just looking at some.
Drafts.
No, there's a couple, but definitely not like the usual that we see.
Who's
You know.
I mean, who's picking high in the first round or mid first round that they actually need the quarterback?
Seahawks.
Yeah, that's true.
They need a quarterback. Who do the Texans have? Who's their quarterback? Oh, Davis Mills. Al's
Yeah,
favorite player.
the other thing is, are you going to blow a first round pick on that? I mean, when you can have Baker
Yeah.
Mayfield, I mean, Baker's available, and
True.
there's definitely some people that I don't know. Is Cam done? Is Cam Newton done?
I don't know, dude. Hopefully, he's just not
Yeah.
very good anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but we'll see. Interesting draft. Usually I'm pretty excited for it, but I don't know. Probably sit this one out. We'll see.
More excited for this Sunday.
Yeah. So we have. Are you talking about for Formula One? Or do you have something else exciting?
No, Formula One, man.
Okay. Yeah. So we
About
have
time.
the Italian Grand Prix this week. Obviously, that is Ferrari's home turf. So I think Charles is going to probably be the fan favorite there.
Okay.
I think he cannot finish and still lead the drivers' champion.
Right.
Pretty handily. So he's got a pretty good grasp right now on the lead there. So it should be a good race. Did you actually see what happened to him in Italy
No.
this week? So he went out, and I guess fans recognized him. Whatever was taking pictures. Well, someone swiped his like $250,000 Richard Mille watch off his wrist, and he didn't even realize it.
Oh.
Yeah, didn't even realize it. So it must have been someone that knew what they were doing and sees the opportunity. They're sponsored by Richard Mille, so he
yeah,
probably
fairly certain he didn't pay for it.
Yeah, I don't think I'll have an issue getting another one. But yeah, and then we have the Miami Grand Prix right around the corner. That is
Who wins that one on U.S. soil?
I don't know. It should be a good one. I've been seeing some of the the ticket prices are just absolutely insane.
I know.
Yeah, there's like I forget what turn it is, but there's like a straight up club at one of the turns. There's also like some pretty crazy packages. I saw someone post like a crypto.com package. I think it was like $160,000 or something like that for like 60 tickets and like, you know, alcohol and shit. Yeah. So we'll get Vince to buy that for us, or AD, because he's NFT rich now, so he can buy that stuff for us.
Yes, sprinkle some of that Moonbird money.
Yeah, exactly. Did you shave a little off the top of the Moonbird? Hook your boys up with some tickets to the Miami Grand Prix. Yeah. So should be some good races coming up, and hopefully the card market picks up there too.
You know what I was thinking? While they're at it, might as well just book us for Vegas next year too for that race. Just
True.
Clean.
Yeah, we could just book both crypto.com packages.
Yeah, we'll shoot him an email. Hey, dads, can you pay for some tickets with that Moonbird money?
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of the birds, the Seahawks, they gave Geno Smith $3.5 million, which I think is just a sign that they do not like Drew Lock.
Think about that. They gave Geno Smith $3.5 million for 1 year.
Isn't it crazy how bad you could be and just still make like pretty decent money?
Yeah, I mean, anything's possible with that other guy on the team.
Yeah, that's
they don't want Drew Lock on the field. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah, crazy, dude.
Who can blame him?
This next one's kind of interesting.
Yeah, dude. It's cool. I thought. Yeah, so on Wednesday, the U.S. Capitol, which has seen some stuff in the last couple of years, was evacuated because a U.S. Aircraft was approaching, and they were having a hard time getting a hold of it. But it ended up being the U.S. Army Golden Knights, which were parachuting down into the Nationals game, and it was a mix-up in communications. But they were they evacuated the Capitol and actually sent an order to scramble jets. But they ended up not taking off. But it was just some miscommunication, just some Golden Knights parachuting down to the Nationals game. But that's pretty funny that as tight as this world is right now and how uneasy everything is, that wouldn't have been like a loudly scheduled event. So people
that
knew.
Seems like a pretty big mismiscommunication.
Yeah, someone's definitely getting fired.
Yeah, someone forgot to hit send on an email or something because it's like a little ridiculous.
Unreal.
Miguel Cabrera, he is 4 hits away from 3,000.
Good man. I like Miggy.
Yeah, surprised that he didn't get it off Garrett Cole because Garrett Cole stinks.
Trash bag.
So bad.
Did you see yesterday? Did you watch any of the game? Did you see the Yankees score 2 runs on a pop up at the plate?
Yeah, I can't watch them, dude. They're literally unwatchable. Like they're so bad.
Who is? Detroit.
The Yankees. They're terrible.
No, the Yankees are the ones that scored.
I know, but that's a problem. They have to score on a pop out that should have been caught.
It is true. They are playing Detroit, which is basically the minor league team of.
They lost 3-0 today to Detroit.
Brutal.
Which is terrible.
I'll tell you who. I'll tell you who it wasn't that's dominating the Yankees. It wasn't Spencer Torkelson. We need it to be, get some prices going, but
yeah, pretty crazy slash lines here for the week 2 update of the MLB rookie watch here. So all improved, so that's good. So we had Wander didn't, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, he still got crazy good
numbers. So Wander's still hitting a hair under 400 here, hitting 392. His OPS is a nice 1.023, which is pretty crazy. J-Rod has doubled his average. He's hitting 154. He's
coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen like I think he's had 11 strikeouts looking that were all outside the zone. So he's just had a bad run in. I think just naturally he's gonna adjust and be okay there. Not really worried about him. Bobby Witt still kind of struggling a little bit, hitting 128, which I think is surprising a lot of people because like he was mashing. Well, J-Rod was too.
Yeah.
But baseball's hard. I think.
I mean, again, we're through 10 games here. We're talking about
that too. It's small sample size. And then Torkelson is just almost hitting 200. He's at 194. So he was.
So he doubled up too.
Yeah, he was struggling pretty bad. They all were except Wander. So I mean, yeah, Wander, dude. I mean, you think he comes at Soto for best hitter in baseball? I know some people think it's Trout, but
this kid. I saw a stat. I love Mike Trout. I love the type of person he is. I love the type of player he is. But they just showed a stat I saw. You follow Baseballer online there. They just showed a stat that through 1,000 or no, it was more than that. Whatever it was, the amount of games played matched within 10 between Machado and Trout, and Machado's got a higher batting average, more RBIs, and more home runs.
Yeah, no, I believe it.
I mean, I think that right now, you have a hard time arguing that Juan Soto's not the best hitter in baseball. Wander Franco seems to be what everyone thinks he's going to be. This kid's going to be fun to watch for a while.
I can't believe I'm actually reading this, but Soto has 14 walks already.
Yeah, dude, he's just all around the best
14 walks already? What's his on base percentage? It is because I'm looking, he's hitting 277, but his on base is 452.
Oh yeah.
It's always so impressive. Yeah. Wow. He had 145 walks last year.
Yeah, and he's gonna do
shocking.
He'll be a 3,100 guy at least. I mean, Soto's just solid.
Yep. Yeah. Wow. That's impressive. But not surprising, really.
Right.
Yeah. So let's roll into the high rollers for this week. Some high dollar sales. KD, who is he's in the playoffs right now with crying Kyrie. His 2007 exquisite RPA out of 99 BGS 9 for 90,000. Anthony Edwards, who's been tearing it up, like absolutely tearing it up. His RPA from National Treasures out of 24, BGS 9.5 did 102,000. So pretty good timing there on that sale.
Mm-hmm.
This is a big boy. This is the hockey product we were talking about. Upper Deck, the Cup, McDavid RPA out of 99, BGS 9 for 120,000. So that's more in line with a kind of a McDavid sale I was expecting. A 2016 Bowman Chrome Juan Soto Orange Auto out of 25.
Okay. So before you say this, let's the grade is different, but I think this is wild. The next two, they're very similar cards, but okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Yep. So the Soto True Orange, it was a True Orange, right?
Yep.
True Orange Auto BGS 9.5 out of 25 did 132,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then a Tatis, same card, but a PSA 10 with a 10 auto did 144,000. So only about a $12,000 difference. Which one do you want?
Soto.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's easy, dude. Listen, Tatis has so much damn potential, but the dude can't stay on the field, man.
He's made of glass.
I just don't understand it. I listen. I love Tatis. I love Acuna. I think they could both be just absolutely dominant players.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're gonna spend this kind of money, having that, there's a reason that Tom Brady's been so good and has played for so long, because he's reliable and he could show up and play. Like if you're not playing, you're not producing. There's really no reason, for your cards essentially to command what they do. If you're not playing, you can't win. I guess you can win, but you can't be part of winning. So I just can't. I guess if you have it to spend, it's fun to go and spend $140,000 on a baseball card. That's crazy to me.
Well,
That's that close.
let's look at the next card, which is also the same card, different player, different year, but
Yeah. So
2009 Bowman Chrome, Trout auto. So that's Trout's first card, first Bowman.
yep.
Auto out of 25 is BGS 9.5 with a 10 auto, 228K. So double the Tatis, double
Yep.
the Soto.
I still take the Soto. I mean,
yeah,
I guess the
I think
Trout doesn't come to the market very often. But I mean, the Soto really doesn't either.
No.
Because people like to hoard this stuff.
Did you ever see that video of the orange Trout being pulled? It may
Yeah.
even be the
Oh yeah.
card.
Yeah,
And
I
the
love that
dealer
one.
just chucked it aside like
Yeah.
it's no big deal because
That's-
no one cared at the time.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Oh.
Yeah, this next one is pretty damn crazy.
Huge.
Just because of the grade, and honestly, I don't even think the grade matters that much. I think this card still would have did this, just because of how he's playing right now. 2016 Bowman Chrome Vlad Jr. red auto out of 5, BGS 1010, $552,000.
$500,000.
$500,000. I mean, Vlad's also one of the best hitters in baseball. Could stay on the field. He's electric. He's got that, obviously that name too.
Yeah, it's a beautiful card too. Did you see a picture of it?
I haven't, but I love that design. It's such an awesome design. I don't know. What do you think? Overpay? Fair? Obviously, this one doesn't pop up very often.
Yeah, this is about as good as it gets if you don't have the super. So, yeah, I think that's fair. It's crazy that 3 cards all of the same product did such big numbers this week. It's cool to see.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
What's a sealed box of 2016 Bowman Chrome go for?
If you want like the 3 auto, I think it's only about 4,500. I think is
that's it.
Well, I mean, dude, you got, honestly, I think that's cheap. Like comparative to what you could pull from that.
Yeah, you could also pull pitcher autos and be out 4,500.
I know, but let me see that, because I was looking, because I obviously I have 2019, but
Yeah, it's got to be through the roof.
2016. I thought there was a 3 card or 3 auto box, but I guess it's just the 2 auto Bowman Chrome box. Let's see. There's a case. Someone has a case of
Okay.
a vending box, 12 box vending box. Or there's also a case of 12 boxes.
Well, there is a 3 auto box called the vending box.
Yeah, okay. So I think that's the one I was talking about. That is, 4,500 is the cheapest on there. So
How many packs are in that? Let's do that for a GFNF break where people
Holy
buy.
shit.
We can do as many spots as there are packs.
that would be actually the most insane thing ever. It almost looks like the Asian edition box, like those like tiny little boxes.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, there's only 4 packs per box. There's
Yeah.
20 cards per pack.
Yeah, it's like the Asian refractor
Okay.
boxes
So
for draft.
There's 80. Everyone gets everyone gets
crazy.
a card. 4,500 divided by 80. You're paying $57 for one card. I'd almost do that. Gamble.
It just seems like a pretty. I don't know. Like, what's an update box of a 2011 cost?
Oh. Here, I'll tell you.
Because I don't know. To me, $4,500 to hit it, just because this is what you look for when you buy wax. You're looking for that huge discrepancy between what the card sells for, these singles cards that you could pull versus what the box costs. If there's a huge gap, which is what happened with Formula One, the box prices are going to go up.
So a sealed retail box sells for a 24-pack retail box $6,200.
Yeah, that just, I mean, and dude, you have Vlad, Soto, and Tatis all in the same damn box.
No, yeah, it's big time.
I don't know, man.
It does seem like a good deal comparatively to Update, because Update, if you don't pull Trout, you're not getting your money back. Simple.
Yeah,
fact.
you got at least 3 chances here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll try to get my hands on one of these vending boxes. Put it in the I mean, this could be seriously. I mean, there's only a couple on eBay. There's one for 4,500, one for 4,700, or best offer 48, and then 6,000. So there's, as the NFT guys would say, it's pretty thin till you get to a higher floor here.
I just don't think I could have that in my house.
That's how you stored it all.
Yeah. I just think I would immediately send it to myself in the vault too.
Yeah.
I think there'd be no stopping me from opening that.
Yeah, this would be a fun one to rip at the National. Maybe we'll look into
You know what? If they're doing if Aiden and Vince are doing the tickets, we might as well have them get a couple boxes of those too.
Yeah, just as like a couple like favors to we're gonna need something to do like when we're not watching the race. So
yeah,
we could probably slide that in.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love it. Ethereum.
Yeah, shout out to Ethereum.
Yeah, cool. Well, the biggest card of the week, Steph Curry RPA out of 2009 National Treasures. RPA out of 99, BGS 9.5 did 720K.
That's just insane, man. I think basketball is just. I know people say baseball like has the most money in it, but some of these basketball cards are just so impressive with the help, like what they sell for. I guess these guys that are older now, they don't have as many products, so there's not as many autos or numbered stuff out there. I guess that's what people see when they go after like this Anthony Edwards out of 24 for 100,000. Like, oh well, Curry out of 99 is doing $750,000. There's room for this Anthony Edwards to grow, but obviously he's got to turn out to be
are they doing
top caliber player. But
where I'm at with basketball, but are they doing okay in the playoffs? I wonder. Golden State.
Let me see. I'm pretty sure he made his return in the playoffs. Oh yeah, they're leading 2-0. So against the Nuggets.
The Nuggies.
Yeah, shout out to the Nuggets though, for real. Curry, yes, Warriors to increase his playing time. So I think he's like slowly kind of making his way back in. But when he's on, he's on. He's obviously most lethal shooter in basketball, so probably justified that $700,000 price tag. So
yeah. Well, before we get into our massive pulls of the week, you and I like ripping cards a lot and
oh yeah,
rip quite a bit. And when you do, and you have a big hit, you got to protect it. And the first thing you do is sleeve and top load it. But a lot of guys are used to putting some tape on the top of a top loader, and our new sponsor and good friends of ours now, Collector Caps, offer a different variation of that. They have a collector cap, is what it's called, and they go right on the top of the top loader. They fit snugly, gives it 360-degree protection on the top so they don't come sliding out. Really cool. You can customize these things. We got some GFNF ones on the way, which will be real cool. We'll display on during our YouTube breaks. But it makes it easier and get rid of the tape, put on the cap, whether you're shipping cards to other people or they're really cool just to display as part of your PC. Check them out. They're supporters of us. We're supporters of them. They're at Collectors Caps on Instagram and Twitter, and then online at collectorcaps.shop. So check them out. We're grateful to have them on board. Real cool product. And we will, if you follow us on GFNF on YouTube, we can definitely see some of our breaks, and we'll be using them. Have Al start slapping them on some of the bigger hits.
Yeah, and listeners can get a savings of 15% on their site if you use code GFNF. So just use that code when you go check out, and you can save 15%. They're making some pretty big waves in the hobby community. I know my buddy Mile High Chuck on Twitter. He's a breaker. He uses them. He's sponsored by them as well. Obviously, if you're a breaker, these are great to put on your big hits. It just shows that you care about your customers and want to protect the product that you put out. I know Houdini over at Cheap Fun Breaks. He just got some custom ones in. So pretty cool to be in the kind of same conversation as that legend over there.
It's a great way to do some branding and marketing too.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's just it's a clean way to ship, show your stuff off, and it's a really really awesome product. So definitely give them.
Let's take a look at some of the cards that deserve a collector's cap.
Yeah, I actually watched this one pulled last night.
Yeah, you sent it to me. Sent it to me. That's why I had it on there. I'm like, whoa.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the hell? So we did have the 2022 Archives Signature Series active players released yesterday. So, a bunch of people were breaking it. Nick over at NZ Sports Cards pulled a Juan Soto rookie out of 25. So it was his the 2018 update.
US 300.
Yeah, US 300. It just is sweet looking. He doesn't have many autos, on that card. So, again, it's a buyback. So I don't know what kind of market it's gonna demand, but still Soto rookie out of 25 auto, which is pretty dope.
Gorgeous card, great signature.
Yeah. We also had people getting their Topps Aaron Judge curated set in. The Wander Franco 101 was pulled. It was just the base card, non-auto, but we also did have a member pull the 101 Judge auto.
Right.
So that is no longer out there. Spoiler.
That's probably, Wander Franco 101 is probably going to command a ton of money, but
but
the Aaron Judge 101 auto is probably the hit of the product.
I mean,
at least the selling.
Yeah, the man's name's on the box, so I would hope so, right?
Cool. That's
cool. And then Royal Rich Cards pulled the 2020 National Treasures Herbert Midnight RPA. That card's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, it's dark. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, so that's out of 20. And then there's actually one more I saw, Bay Area Pulls. They were ripping 2017 or 18 Prism basketball, chasing the Mojo Kobe auto, and they pulled it.
Wow.
So it was not a redemption. It was an on-card Kobe auto out of 25. Just absolutely, obviously insane freaking card to pull. So
no kidding.
Yeah,
it's gonna be wild.
Yeah, that was a pretty dope one. But that's it for pulls of the week there. And again, check out Collector Caps on Twitter and Instagram at Collector Caps, and on their online store collectorcaps.shop. So let's see what we got coming up this week here. Seems pretty slow again. I would say probably Contenders football is the next thing that we're going to be going after. Those mega boxes are going to be absolute money makers. I'm confident in that. Don't sell early if you're looking to make some money on them. Hodl.
Hodl.
I don't think any more WWE Prism is really on the horizon. I don't think we see hanger boxes or mega boxes. Really hasn't been a hint at them at all. I'm cool with just the blasters and the hang packs.
Yeah, that's solid.
Leave it. Don't oversaturate it too much.
That being said, it would be really cool to get megas.
Yeah, there's those next year, maybe, if they still have the
It's their last year to do it.
Yeah, true. We are still patiently waiting on F1 Sapphire.
We're not. We're not patiently waiting. We're still waiting.
People are getting sick and tired of me telling them to get ready for F1 every Monday, but I'm gonna keep doing it until it drops. So too bad. We do. I think officially Dynasty F1 is May 18th. I think was the official release date as of late.
Yep.
I think pre-orders are still around $2,000. If those drop on Topps, is there going to be a full go?
Oh yeah,
like a full go.
I don't know. Will that drop on Topps? I don't know.
I don't know if it will. If they do, it's going to scare a shit ton of people because of the price. But if you have the capital to be able to buy those, just go look at last year's at what they're at. It's still, even though it might be the second year of the product, still very short printed product. And Dynasty typically goes up immediately. I mean, look at baseball this year. Dropped at like $450, and I think they're $900 a box now. So, yeah, always a good product.
Beautiful product.
Yeah, 2022 Bowman. I think this got pushed a week.
It did to the first week of May, I think.
Cool, good, because I have.
That's still only 2 weeks away.
Yeah. Do you have any pre-ordered or anything?
I do not. I kind of want to see where the market goes on them. Obviously, I'm gonna.
Have you looked at it?
Well, I haven't looked at it recently. And last I looked, it was like $3.75 a box. Wasn't it?
Ooh, I think it might be. Be more at this
Awesome.
point.
It's a great class. It's a great prospect class. Hitter heavy, which is important for Bowman.
Yeah, let's see. Oh wait, I don't want to. I hate eBay with these damn break listings.
I like. I don't know. I don't know how many boxes I'm going to buy personally to open. I like to buy spots in the break, in big breaks. Obviously, you know, like we like real breaks. They break more Bowman than anyone in the hobby. And
I don't know.
I think they did. Well, they're the number one allocation for Bowman. In
Houdini does 110 case break.
Yeah,
that's
I think
just one.
Oh yeah, one break. But I think Real Breaks is pretty good pricing on their teams. It's easy to get a good team. I bought the Blue Jays with Austin Martin last year quite a bit, and it was reasonable. The other thing too is we'll get a bunch of retail off Target and Wally.
Mega boxes. Yeah, it looks so. It looks like the hobby boxes are selling for about $350 to $380 right now.
All right.
Is what they're at. So that's the one auto box.
Yeah, the HTA. What's the HTA?
$790.
Okay, pound of flesh
is the cheapest on eBay, and I gotta imagine Blowout is probably more. Yeah, they're at $800. So, pretty crazy. That's a lot of money. My guard shop, he is selling me hobby at $275 and jumbos at $550.
Is he really?
Yeah. He doesn't get much. Yeah. I'll see what I can do. Yeah, he
don't be Bogarting those.
Nah, I know he doesn't get too much, unfortunately. So he likes to spread it around.
You could reach out to Santiago and see if they can get you.
We're gonna do this. We're really gonna do this.
Yeah, we'll wait to have Ronnie on and get into that.
No free ads. I think that's pretty much it this week. If you guys want to reach out, we are at GFNF__ on Twitter and Instagram, gfnf.io. You guys can hop on the waitlist to get into the Discord and figure out how to become NFT rich.
Or listen to Nico tell you to get your tops tasks ready for about 7 straight weeks.
Yeah. And who doesn't want that? So, yes, go hop on the wait list. Other than that, you can catch me at NaffyBoy13 on Twitter and Jake at Wrigley Elite SC. Did I get it right?
You got it.
Let's go. I told you I wasn't going to forget. But yeah, thanks, guys, and we will see you next week.